Have you ever finished GTA V and picked option C? But then sat there wondering what really would have happened if you went the other way and took out Michael or Trevor instead? That choice doesn't just change one mission, it flips the entire energy of the game in a way most people don't even fully notice at first glance. In this video, we're breaking down the real consequences behind those decisions, not just what you see on the surface, but the hidden shifts in character, behavior, relationships, and the overall vibe of the story after everything goes down. We're talking about what really happens after Michael's death, what changes after Trevor is gone, and why those endings hit way different than people expect. So yeah, before we get into it, hit that like button right now and make sure you're locked into the channel if you're not already, because this one gets deep fast. Let's get straight into it. First, let's rewind for a second and set the scene properly. The whole situation kicks off with Steve and Dave Norton pushing Franklin into a corner, basically forcing him to make a call he was never ready to make. This all happens during the mission Lamar Down, right when things should be cooling off, but instead, everything starts heating up out of nowhere. After Franklin drops Lamar back in Chamberlain Hills, you already know something feels off. By then Boomin and Dave are right there waiting. No warning, no build-up, just straight pressure. They hit Franklin with that demand to take Trevor out like it's just another job, like none of the past even mattered. And that's what makes this moment feel so cold, because Franklin actually reminds them Trevor saved them. He held things down when it mattered most, but none of that counts anymore. They still want him gone like he's disposable. And that's where everything starts to feel messed up real quick. Now if you go ahead and choose to kill Trevor, things move fast, but not randomly. The first move Franklin makes is calling Trevor, setting things in motion, and then immediately reaching out to Michael for backup. And Michael's response? It's not a yes, it's not a no. It's that hesitant middle ground that already tells you something isn't right. He basically says he'll see what he can do, but makes it clear this isn't his problem, it's Franklin's mess to deal with. That hesitation already creates tension before anything even happens. Once the mission begins, you already feel like this isn't going to end clean at all. But the real shift hits after Trevor's gone. This is where things get heavy. Michael doesn't just move on like nothing happened. Instead, he starts unraveling in his own way. He begins talking to Franklin almost like he's trying to convince himself that what they did was justified. Like he's forcing a narrative just to live with it. It's not confidence, it's guilt wrapped in denial, and you can feel it through every line he says. Then the game cuts to Michael again, and you can literally see it in his face. He looks haunted. Trevor being gone doesn't bring peace. It actually makes his paranoia worse. Like the one person who understood his chaos is now gone, and there's nothing left to balance him out.
Franklin, what's up?
Shit, what's cracking, homie? We need to talk, but somewhere quiet, all right?
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you need. How about one of those empty lots off El Burro on the east side of town?
Yeah, all right, homie. Look, I'll meet you there, all right?
Franklin, what's up, big homie?
Mike, man, I need to have a conversation with Trevor. You know, yeah, that conversation.
Oh, shit. All right, okay.
Look, man, the FIB dudes want him gone. And Devin Weston want y'all gone. You know how it is, dawg. Shit. Somebody gotta go.
Well, it ain't fucking me.
Exactly, man. Look, we meeting at a Borough Heights. So you think you can help me?
I don't know. That sounds like it's your thing, Frank. I'll see what I can do.
And then comes the obvious but major consequence. Trevor is completely gone from the game. Can't switch to him. Can't play as him. Nothing. Lester even sends that message saying Trevor's fallen off the grid. I don't know what's going on and I don't want to, and that line alone says everything about how messy this situation really is. At first, Lester has no idea Trevor is dead, let alone who made it happen. But eventually, when it clicks, his reaction is cold and straight to the point. I know what you did. I can't say I'm happy, but it's done. Business as usual. No emotion, no dramatic acceptance, which honestly makes it hit even harder. Franklin's side of things doesn't get any better either. When you deal with N afterward, the conversation feels straight disrespectful. He talks down like none of it matters anymore, like Franklin just handled a problem and that's it. No appreciation, no acknowledgement, just pressure and dismissal. And then comes one of the weirdest parts, Michael, texting Franklin saying, "We did it, kid. We made the right choice." But here's the twist. It doesn't match reality at all. Because after that message, Michael basically becomes unreachable. You can call him all you want. He won't pick up. You can't hang out. You can't link up. Nothing. That whole "we're still friends" talk, it feels fake the second you try to act on it. So naturally you start wondering, what if you force them to meet anyway? And when you do, the vibe is just off. No trust, no connection, just awkward tension sitting in the air. It's clear at that point the bond between Michael and Franklin is basically done. On top of that, small details make it even more eerie. Wade stays at the strip club like nothing ever happened, completely unaware Trevor is gone, which makes everything feel even more disconnected. Trevor's house. Locked up, inaccessible, like he was erased completely. And one of the most overlooked moments, when Michael visits his psychiatrist after everything, he actually talks about Trevor during the session. That right there shows you this decision didn't just change gameplay. It messed with his head in a serious way.
It's time you grow the fuck up. I mean, I admit, I'm a bad piece of work, but that guy, that piece of shit, no boundaries, no sense of when to back off, no nothing. 24/7 insanity, day in, day out, all the time. Never regretted nothing, never cared for nothing. Oh, fuck him.
All of this together proves one thing: the choice to kill Trevor doesn't just remove a character. It breaks the entire dynamic of the story in ways that feel uncomfortable, quiet, and real at the same time. Still staying on the topic of Trevor's death, things don't just stop. There are more consequences start creeping in over time, and some of them hit in ways you don't expect at all. It's not instant chaos. It's that slow, uncomfortable fallout that makes everything feel even heavier. Eventually you'll get a call from Jimmy, and it doesn't matter if you're playing as Franklin or Michael. The tone is different, but the tension is real in both versions. This isn't just a casual check-in. This call actually adds pressure to the situation and starts exposing cracks in Michael's relationship with his own son. Then when you see the call between Michael and Jimmy, yeah, it gets awkward fast. There's this weird distance, like something's off but not being said directly, and you can feel that Trevor's death is sitting in the background of that conversation, whether they admit it or not. Now here's something people expect to go completely different. If you pull up to Trevor's house and Ron is there, you'd think he'd react, right? You'd think there'd be some kind of confrontation, but nothing happens. Doesn't attack, doesn't press you, nothing. It's good, doesn't it? It just makes him look weak. Like he doesn't have the nerve to even step up after everything that went down. Trevor's house stays locked up, completely inaccessible, like it's been sealed off and forgotten. And on top of that, anything that was tied specifically to Trevor, like certain properties, you can't buy them anymore. That whole part of the game, gone just like that. But Ron doesn't stay quiet forever. Instead, he starts blowing up your phone with messages, and he's not holding anything back. Goes off completely, sending lines like, "I can't believe you killed him. I hate you. I lost everything. My best friend. The business we built." It's raw, emotional, and honestly one of the few moments where you see someone actually react the way you'd expect. And Michael's response? Cold. Completely detached. Basically brushes it off with, "I assume this is spam. Do not contact me again." That right there shows a shift. Michael isn't trying to process anything anymore. It's just shutting it out completely like it never happened. Then Lamar steps in and this is where things get even more uncomfortable. He straight up asks Franklin, "Hey, did you smoke Trevor?" No filter, no hesitation. And you can tell even he doesn't fully believe what he's hearing about Trevor being gone. At that point, Franklin is already dealing with regret, heavy regret. But like always, he denies it. Hits Lamar with something like, "Nah, I heard it was the government or something. It's my friend. I wouldn't do that." But you can feel at that hesitation, that guilt it's all there under the surface. Because let's be real, admitting you took out Trevor, it's not just another decision. That's like admitting you took out a force of nature. Trevor wasn't just a character. It was chaos, energy, unpredictability, all in one and removing him leaves a weird silence behind. On top of that, Lamar later confirms that Stretch is a traitor, which adds even more tension into everything going on. And this part happens no matter what choice you make, whether it's Michael or Trevor, that betrayal always comes into play. But here's where the gameplay consequences really start stacking up. If Stretch is still alive, you can't hang out with Lamar during the day anymore, only at night. So now your interactions are limited, your connections feel restricted, and everything starts to feel smaller. And if you killed Trevor, you lose Michael completely. You can't hang out with him at all anymore. That relationship is done. So now you've lost one character entirely, and your interactions with another are cut in half. The game doesn't just change, it shrinks. Jimmy, though, that part seems untouched. Since he doesn't know what really happened, you can still link up with him like normal. Which honestly just makes everything feel even more strange, because you're carrying something he has no idea about. Now shifting over to the other side, what happens if you choose to kill Michael instead? And this is where things hit different, because Michael's death carries a heavier emotional weight, especially for Franklin. The setup plays out similar. Franklin calls Michael first, setting things in motion, and then reaches out to Trevor, just like before. But Trevor's reaction, way more intense. He doesn't hold back at all. He goes off on Franklin, questioning everything, making it clear this move is crossing a serious line. Then the mission unfolds. No matter what you try, you can't stop it. Even if you hesitate at the last second, even if you try to save Michael, it doesn't matter. The outcome is locked in, and you try to pull Michael up. He headbutts Franklin and seals his own fate. That moment right there is brutal because it shows he already accepted what was coming. Just like with Trevor, if you hesitate, Michael will force the situation anyway. Either he fights back, or the moment pushes forward, there's no way out. But the real difference shows up after it's done. Franklin doesn't react the same way at all. With Trevor, there's regret, but with Michael, there's confusion, there's emptiness. There's that feeling like something important is just gone. The first thing Franklin does is try to call Lamar, but Lamar doesn't pick up. So instead, Franklin leaves a voicemail, talking about being caught up in something crazy, something bigger than he can handle. And that right there says everything, because, for the first time, Franklin sounds lost. Not just regretful, but actually unsure of himself in a way we don't really see anywhere else in the game. And the reason Franklin reacts so differently here is simple. His bond with Michael was way deeper than anything he ever had with Trevor. This wasn't just business. This was mentorship, guidance, someone who actually shaped how Franklin moved in the game. So when Michael is gone, it hits on a completely different level. Right after everything goes down, the game cuts over, and Trevor gets hit with a message from Lester. And this one lands heavy. It says Michael is dead. For real this time. Hope you two weren't involved. I've transferred his cut to his family. It felt like the right thing to do. That message alone tells you a lot. Lester doesn't fully trust what just happened, but he's choosing to move forward anyway. No. And just like that, there's no bonus, no extra reward. You only get your regular cut. Franklin gets the exact same message too, which keeps everything consistent.
I thought I told you to stay away.
Man, you being real weird, dude.
Yeah, well, you did something really weird, okay? Trevor, bro? So excuse me.
Man, you did Trevor too.
Yeah, but it was your call. You made the call. Don't you forget that. Man, I done so much for you.
Well, what about the amount of shit I helped you with? I thought we was in this shit together, man. Fuck.
Just, look, I need some time, all right? Goodbye.
Yeah, peace.
But also makes it feel colder, like Michael was just removed and replaced with silence. But Trevor doesn't let it slide like that. He immediately reaches out to Franklin, asking straight up, so you did it. No games, no build-up, just straight confrontation. And yeah, you can respond. But the game already locks in that automatic reply for you. Franklin denies it instantly, saying something like, "Nah, man. I heard it was Devin Weston or one of them." And you can feel it again, that pattern of denial, even when the truth is obvious. Right after that, Franklin calls Devin Weston in this call. It's straight disrespectful. Devin talks down like Franklin is nothing, like everything that just happened doesn't matter anymore. And on top of that, he makes it clear you're done working for him. No more deals, no more opportunities, just cut off completely. And things keep stacking up. Jimmy calls next, and you already know that call isn't light. The tone, the emotion, everything about it shows that the situation is spreading and affecting people outside the main circle. And once Lester finally figures everything out, sends another message, and it's almost identical to what he said after Trevor's death. You did what you had to do. I get it. Let's move on. Business as usual. We never mention this again. That's Lester's 1-0 emotions. No looking back. Just pushing forward no matter how messy things get. But Trevor? He's not moving on at all. He hits Franklin back with, "I don't believe you." And even if you reply again, it doesn't matter. The game forces another automatic response where Franklin keeps denying everything. He says something like, "I swear." Michael was a snake, but he was my friend, and I don't kill people, which makes it even more wild, because at this point, the lie is so obvious it almost feels pointless, but it shows how far Franklin is willing to go to avoid facing it. Now let's talk about one of the colder details, Michael's house. After his death, it gets put up for sale. And yeah, you can try calling the number, but nothing happens. Just a voicemail saying the inbox is full. Honestly, it feels off, like everything moves too fast. One minute he's there, next minute the house is empty and up for sale like nothing happened. It almost feels like the world didn't even pause for a second, which makes the whole situation feel even more disconnected. Then Amanda steps in and this message. It's pure anger. She sends Franklin something like, "I know you had something to do with my husband's death. If I ever see you again, I swear I'll come after you. Stay away from me and my family. I hope you rot." That right there shows you she already suspects the truth. Franklin replies, of course, apologizing, denying everything, saying me and Michael were close. "I tried to be a good friend." But again, it's all a lie, and you can feel it through the message. Just like Trevor's place, Michael's house becomes completely inaccessible. No matter what you try, you're not getting in. It's locked down, cut off, just like his presence in the game.
That Trevor problem disappeared completely. Wiped off the face of the planet.
And then comes the final break. Trevor sends one last message. "You are dead to me." That's it. No more calls, no more contact, nothing. He's fully convinced Franklin did it, and from that point on, that relationship is completely finished. If you try to bring Trevor and Franklin together after that, the conversation is just uncomfortable, tense, and honestly hard to watch. There's no fixing it, no going back. It's done for good. And then, to close it all out, Jimmy finally finds out his dad is Ganand. When he calls Franklin, that's when everything truly comes full circle. The weight of the decision, the consequences, the damage, it all hits at once, and there's no escaping it anymore. This next moment, yeah, it actually hits harder than you expect. And what makes it even more strange is the way Jimmy reacts at the end of that call. Because think about it, he doesn't even know Franklin was behind Michael's death. So why does he still tell him to screw off like that? It feels off. Almost like there's this tension in the air that even he can't explain. Like deep down, something just doesn't sit right with him, even if he doesn't have the full picture. That's what makes that call feel so uncomfortable. It's not direct, but it's definitely there. And logically, you'd expect Jimmy to reach out to Trevor too, right? But here's the weird part, I couldn't get the game to trigger that call at all. It's like that connection just never fully plays out, even though it feels like it should. In theory, if everything lines up perfectly, Trevor should get that call after Jimmy. But even without it, the damage is already done, because at this point, word is spreading fast. Even Lamar finds out that Michael is gone, and he steps in asking Franklin if he knows anything about it. And just like before, Franklin sticks to the same story, denying everything all the way to the end. No slip-ups, no truth, just straight denial. I even tried forcing another meet between Trevor and Franklin, but it didn't go anywhere. Lamar's call ended up looping back to the stretch situation instead, the same one from earlier. And that right there shows you some things in the game move forward. But others just stay stuck. Meanwhile, Trevor, he's completely done. No more conversations, no more chances, nothing. It's like he reached his limit and just cut everything off completely. No second chances, no forgiveness, just silence. And when you step back and look at everything, yeah, the whole situation feels heavy. Not dramatic in a loud way, but in that quiet, uncomfortable way that just sits with you. Because at the end of the day, this really shows why choosing to kill either Trevor or Michael just doesn't feel worth it. The consequences aren't just gameplay, they affect relationships, atmosphere, and the entire feel of the game. But if you really compare the two, killing Michael hits different. His family disappears, Trevor cuts you off completely, and even Lamar becomes limited. You can only link with him at night. Everything starts closing in on Trevor. It's still rough, but at least you keep that connection with Jimmy, so you're not completely isolated. So yeah, if you ever thought those choices didn't matter like that, now you see the full picture. And if you've already completed all 3 endings and feel like there's nothing left to do in GTA V, trust me, you're not done yet. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay locked in, because we've got more breakdowns coming that go even deeper into things most players completely miss.